do love that the movie he didn't remember is The Hunger Games.
Alrighty. Does this look familiar to you?
It does. I'm so glad it does because this whole idea made me so nervous. But I have seen this before.
Where have you seen it?
In a movie where my co-stars were dinosaurs. Am I right?
That is correct.
Okay. That is one of my first memories on set of that movie.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Wasn't as scary
so
as you'd think in the moment. Well, first of all, it is supposed to be Costa Rica, but that is Kauai, Hawaii, and very memorable with those mountains. That was early on. It was one of the first scenes. We're supposed to look down at the same moment when we hear the first roar in the movie, because it's early on and it's supposed to be like a distant sound and we're supposed to all look at the same moment. Like, what the hell was that? And we couldn't all look at the same moment. And finally, we said to Steven Spielberg, we need a sound. So we look at the same moment. It's not working. And he was like, okay, I got it. And they said, action. And then it was really quiet and we're all looking down. And suddenly with a megaphone, he goes, roar, roar. And we'll start cracking up. We're like, if that's the dinosaur sound we're gonna get on this movie, we're in huge trouble. Okay.
Yep. That's a bar in New Orleans from a film called Expendables 2.
You are right.
I was shooting with Sylvester Stallone, Dolph Lundgren, Randy Couture, Jason Statham was there that night as well.
Oh.
You know, all the Expendables, yeah.
My God.
We were shooting this scene in this, this kind of a divey kind of bar in New Orleans. Had a bunch of guys that looked like they know how to handle themselves, that were, kind of background and whatnot. I remember this one guy saying to Randy Couture, do you ever get into a bar fight? And it was the best response I've ever heard. And Randy Couture was like, I've never been in a fight that I didn't get paid for. And I was like, you legend. I was like, that's the best response ever. This guy was kind of sizing him up a little bit. He's like, you ever been in a bar fight?
That's genius.
But then me and Sylvester Stallone had a scene out front of that bar. And he was so great to me. He was always yeah, he was wonderful. Like, he really took me under his wing and talked about his career and different things that he's done throughout his life.
He's such a legendary director. And it is crazy that I feel like for the next generation, they know him as an iconic persona, but I hope they know what a master director he is.
No, he's great. I had all these voicemails on my phone from Sly at that time. He'd call me and just be talking about the script. And then I came to his house one time. He was just so great. Like, he taught me so much, and it was a real kind of open book relationship with him. Like, whatever I needed, like, he was always there and so good at sort of just helping me through the whole thing.
I love that. I love that he was so generous to you.
Ooh, this looks like a difficult one.
What's this?
This ringing any bells for you?
Is that, now I'm scared. Is it Marriage Story?
It is. Oh. You got it.
Beautiful production design, and I only remembered because of this pink kind of velvety chair, which felt very like the attorney I played.
It's the first time you meet. Nicole and Nora meet for the first time in Nora's office. Nicole opens up about her marriage.
We shot in Century City, and it is, in fact, the divorce lawyer building of LA. A lot of divorce lawyers are in that building. And I meet people who come up and they're like, oh my God, I saw your movie and my divorce lawyer is actually in that building and I could barely watch. It was so hard for me. I was like, okay, well, sorry and thank you. Anytime you're in an office like that and the person across from you that's at the desk says, trust me.
Trust me.
You're pretty much in trouble. This.
It's upside down.
Oh, this is upside down. I know you're not going to remember this because I think this is a little project you worked on. A lot of people haven't seen. But in the world of independent cinema, I think it's one people should catch up on. What do you think?
It's not ringing any bells.
Well, it's a small film based on a tiny book. There might be more than one book.
Is this from The Hunger Games?
Yeah.
It doesn't look familiar at all.
Or Jurassic Park. Yeah. It could be from, actually, I think this is
mix up.
I feel like nature and I'm panicked. I think because of Hunger Games, I do panic in nature now. I used to love nature.
It's a dangerous place.
I'm sure people are after me.
Out there.
Yeah.
this rings no bells. I don't remember.
Let me tell you.
Where this fence came from.
Maybe it's a district boundary fence.
Is it a district boundary fence? I don't think I ever saw it. This must be from the first film, I'm guessing, which was, what am I now, 34? It's like 14 years ago, I think, when we shot this.
How was making those films?
So much fun. So much fun. From Jennifer Lawrence to Josh Hutcherson to Woody Harrelson. We had such a great cast that everyone got along and we all hung out all the time. Such a wild experience for all of us at that time.
Your babies.
Yeah, we were so young and trying to find our way in the world and sort of got to share that experience together. And all those films was such a great experience. But then like we do these press tours together. Well, in any normal circumstance, you're doing a press tour like at that size on your own at that age and you haven't had experience in it. It's fucking scary. We were lucky enough to have each other to kind of bounce off and sort of go through that whole time together. I miss those guys and I miss shooting those films with those guys. It was such a great time.
I remember seeing one of your earliest interviews and seeing you guys together. I don't think I've seen actors laughing that hard in an interview ever. And it made me so happy that you were
tough to get things done all together.
I do love that the movie he didn't remember is The Hunger Games.
This is from the movie Home Alone.
Isn't it?
No, it's not. You weren't in that movie.
This is a movie I'm in? I don't know what that is. Oh, yeah, I do. Wait, is that Snow? I hope it's Little Women.
Yeah, it's Little Women.
I was like, it's a house in the woods. Yeah, that's Little Women, shot in Concord, Massachusetts. That's one of my favorite locations I've ever been on, actually.
Really? Why?
We lived in that town for 4 or 5 months, all of us together, and it really became family. I had just made Marriage Story with Noah, and then we went there and I made Little Women with Greta, and Noah came. So I felt like I basically spent a year with them, which was so special. And Walden Pond is in that amazing town. And it's just this radical gift to American literature. Some of our greatest novelists in American history all wrote within the same year or two of each other, living there at the same time, blocks from each other. Thoreau, Emerson, and of course, Louisa May Alcott, all at the same time. So wild. But it was just beautiful. And I lived in this little guest house in a farmhouse and had to learn how to really make a serious good fire for myself, which I had never learned because I'm from Santa Monica, California. Okay, my turn.
Yeah, okay. Looks a lot like the moon.
It does, right? I was going to say space, right?
Yeah, now I can see that ship. This is from Independence Day Resurgence.
Yes. I remember this.
Actually, me and Jeff Goldblum were sitting.
I was going to say, that's a perfect segue.
That's right. Yeah.
The ever entertaining Jeff Goldblum.
What can I tell you about the day? It was shot on the moon. We shot it on the moon for real. It's the only production ever to shoot on the moon. So.
What was it like walking on the moon?
It was not as cool as you'd think it would be.
Really?
Yeah, kind of difficult.
Did you have your whole get up?
Yeah, I did. Once I got out of that spaceship, me and Jeff Goldblum were wearing astronaut suits. We were shooting in New Mexico at the time, actually.
But wait, I thought you said you were on the moon.
New Mexico / the moon. Part of it, and then we're so similar landscapes. Yeah. Yeah, we had these big astronaut suits on. I remember it being really hot, so they gave us this extra suit to wear underneath the astronaut suit, which had cold water flowing through it. No. But you had to connect up to a machine, and you couldn't sit down in these suits. You had to lay down. So me and Jeff would go and lay on these beds next to set, and then get attached to a machine. And be like, that's better.
Oh my God, that sounds horrible.
Yeah, that was a good time. This one.
That looks familiar. Does it to you?
Nope. Not really.
I think that's where I spent months with Liam Hemsworth in Morocco, in the Atlas Mountains.
Yeah. There's our car that we drove around in.
We drove all over Morocco in that.
Did a bit of running up maybe that hill there. I was sleeping somewhere down there.
Didn't you shoot up there?
Yep, shot up on that roof.
Yep.
We found out that it wasn't quite load-bearing roof. Probably shouldn't have been up there. That's another story.
Yeah. What film is this?
This is Lonely Planet. Yeah.